What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now let's solve this interesting question that says that find the values of x given that 2 to the 9 raised to the x all over 8 to the 3 raised to the x is equal to 1 all over 4. Well, our first step will be for us to write everything in the base of 2. So we have 2 to the 9 raised to the x all over. Now 8 is the same as 2 to the 3, and it is raised to the 3 and then raised to the x. Very good. This is equal to, now 1 all over 4 is the same as 4 to the power of negative 1. Good. Now simplifying further, we have 2 to the 9 to the x all over. Now this is 2 to the, from indices, I can multiply this power and this power outside. Which means when I have a to the power of b or raised to the power of c, this means I can write the base, which is a, then multiply the powers, b times c. So I have written down the base, which is 2, then multiply the powers, 3 times 3 to the x. Very good. And this is equal to, now writing 4 in the base of 2, 4 is the same as 2 squared. And this is raised to the power of negative 1. Good. Now see something. This 3 here is raised to the 1. So I'm going to be applying the property of indices that says that when I have a to the power of b times a to the power of c, this can be written as a to the power of b plus c. And that is what I'm going to be applying here. Good. So we have 2 to the power of 9 to the power of x all over. Now write down this base, which is 2. Now from the exponent, this is what I'm going to be applying what I have here. So I have the base of 3. So write down the base of 3. Then add up the powers, 1 plus x. So this is 1 plus x. Very good. And this is equal to 2 to the power of, now applying this property of indices here, that means I'm going to be multiplying these powers. So 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Very good. Now let's cross multiply. So when I cross multiply, I have 2 to the 9 to the x to be equal to, this is 2 to the negative 2 times, when I cross multiply this with this, I'll have 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 1 plus x. Very good. Now simplifying further, we have 2 to the power of 9 to the power of x to be equal to, now I'm going to be applying this property of indices to what we have here. So I'll take one of the bases, which is 2, then I'll add up their powers. The power here is negative 2 plus the power here is 3 to the 1 plus x. Very good. Now notice something. The base on the left and the base on the right are the same, so we can equate their powers. So the power here is 9 to the x. This is equal to the power here, which is negative 2 plus 3 to the power of 1 plus x. Very good. Now let's write this in the base of 3. 9 is the same as 3 squared. And this is raised to the power of x. This is equal to negative 2 plus, now applying the property of indices that we've done before, this will be 3 to the power of 1 times 3 to the power of x. Very good. Now there is something we can do here. Although we've applied this law of indices before, but I want to show you something. Or don't worry, we can do it like this. Multiplication is commutative, which means we can switch their position and we're going to have the same result. So this will be 3 to the power of, I'm going to be switching the positions, x, and this raised to the power of 2. Very good. This is equal to, this is negative 2 plus 3 to the 1 is 3 times 3 to the x. Good. Now I have 3 to the x here. I also have 3 to the x here. So we have a good exponential equation. So we can substitute by saying that let 3 to the x be equal to y. So rewriting our equation, this will be y squared. So y squared equal to negative 2 plus 3 times y. Good. Now let's move everything to one side. So we have y squared. When 3y crosses to the left, it becomes negative 3y. And when negative 2 crosses to the left, it becomes positive 2. This is equal to 0. Good. Now, look at this quadratic equation. It can be factorized. Now, what are the factors or two numbers that multiply to give positive 2 and that add up to give negative 3? Negative 1 and negative 2 will do the trick. So that means this can be factorized into y minus 1 times y minus 2. That is it. And this is equal to 0. Now there are two cases from here. Y minus 1 equal to 0 or y minus 2 equal to 0. From our first case, y is equal to 1 when I move negative 1 to the right. And from our second case, y is equal to 2 when I move negative 2 to the right. Very good. Now let's bring them back here. So from here, we have 3 to the x equal to y. Y from our first case is 1. So this is 3 to the x equal to, now I can write 1 in the base of 3. So 1 in the base of 3, but when I raise to the power of 0, it gives back 1. That is it. Now look at something. The bases are the same. So we can equate their powers. So x equal to 0 is one solution. Now coming to case 2, let's bring it here. So we have 3 to the x to be equal to y. Y from here is 2. Very good. Now there is no way we can write what we have on the right hand side in the base of 3 so that we equate the powers. So in this case, we're going to be applying the property of logarithm that says that when I have b to the power of n equal to a, this expression can be written as n, which is the power is always the result, equal to log of the base is b, of the number a. That is it. Now let's write this in this form. Firstly, we write the power, which is x, equal to log base 3, because 3 is the base, then of the number that is 2. Good. So this is our second solution. So we have two total solutions solving this question. Well, feel free to share your ideas in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and have learned something from this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming videos. And like I always say, until next time, take care.